Hey everyone, Mitch coming in with the Commander Score Studio. Welcome to the show. So today's episode comes to you courtesy of my amazing patrons. Once a month, patrons vote on what commander that they want to see in an upcoming episode. And the commander that gets the most votes wins. And the commander that got the most votes this month is a spicy new commander with Riku of many paths. That's right, Riku goes to the west and gets a beard. A 3/3 human wizard for 3 mana in Teamer. Whenever you cast a modal spell, choose up to X, or X the number of times you chose a mode for that spell. Exile the top card of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play it. Put a +1 counter on Riku of many paths against trample till end turn, or create a 1/1 blue bird creature token with flying. I guess I said or right there, but it's usually like and all of them because, yeah, this commander is all about value. This is the very first time we've ever seen modal on a card, the term modal on a card. So we've got a modal tribal commander, one that says, hey, play a lot of modal spells. You get all that value from the modal effects, and then also, all this value too. We are going to be stacking this deck with a lot of modal spells that not only give us one option, but they give us, well, more options that we actually get to select as well. So we can really focus heavily on getting, well, first up, value off the top of our library with that impulse draw, so some additional temporary card advantage. Those birds, so we can go wide evasively with a really cool army, and sure, also making Riku slightly larger, which I guess, yes, we can definitely hit our opponents, surprisingly, a good amount with Riku as well. It's not the focused, win Voltron, but you can if you need to. That being said, we're going to go wide. We're going to get advantages. We're going to get a lot of value out of all of our flexible spells. And we're also going to get a lot of value out of this deck because this deck, according to Moxfield, is just $22.98. Now, keep in mind, that doesn't include the cost of shipping or basic lands, but you might already have those. Regardless, if you are interested in this deck, make sure you check out that deck list link in the description below. Now, with all that said, let's jump into the tactics. So let's start things off with tactic number 1, always everything, because we always get everything with these spells. Claim Defiance, a sorcery for X and Cruel Colors. Choose one or more. So again, you can pick as many as you want. X damage target creature with flying, X damage target creature without flying, or X damage target player or planeswalker. Even if you put 0 into that X, you still get all 3 of those modes technically, so yeah, you get all the value from Riku. Now, most of the time, you're going to actually put mana into that and use a great removal spell, / hit your opponent in the face. Moving on, Fiery Confluence. Sorcery for 4 mana in red, choose 3. You can also choose the same mode more than once. 1 damage to each creature, 2 damage to each opponent, destroy target artifact. So again, we are getting all of our Riku options each time. We also do with Mystic Confluence. Choose 3, choose same mode more than once. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 3. Bounce a creature back to its owner's hand or draw a card. Again, all great options. Helps out in a lot of situations. Or just, straight up card advantage if we need it. Then there's Rain of Thorns. Again, great removal for us too. Choose 1 or more. Destroy artifact, enchantment, land. Yeah, we're going to have all those options. We're playing Commander. We got 3 opponents. Chances are very, very likely that each of one of those things is going to be in play. And we are going to get a lot of value out of this with that. And our Commander, Verdant Confluence, another great one as well. Choose 3 again. You can choose the same mode more than once if you need to. 2 counters on target creature. Return a permanent card from your graveyard to your hand, or go get a basic land from your library, put on the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. So, yeah, if you really just want to ramp 3, go ahead. Regardless, you're getting a lot of value. And then finally, Plane-Wide Celebration. Choose 4. You can choose the same mode more than once. Create a 2/2 citizen creature token that's all colors. Return a permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Proliferate or gain 4 life. Again, whatever you choose, that's great. But you're going to be getting all of Riku's extra benefits as well. But now let's move on to tactic number 2, pay for everything. Because we can pay for everything with Trash the Town. An instant for a single green mana, but it's got that plus sign, so Spree. Pay an extra 2, 2 counters on target creature. Pay an extra 1, target creature gains trample till end of turn. Pay an extra 1 until end of turn, target creature gains. When it deals counter to a player, draw 2 cards. So some great options here. And again, if we are paying for those additional costs, we are getting extra value out of our commander. Inscription Abundance, we just get like a bundle here with our paying. Kicker for 2 and a green, so if we can just pay all of that, we get all the benefits of this. Again, choose 1, but if it's kicked, you get everything. 2 counters on a creature. Target player gains X life based on the greatest power creatures they control, and then also target creature control fights our creature you don't control. So again, we can build Riku up to a large amount, obviously with this kind of a deck, and then say, yeah, let's take that out. Let's gain a bunch of life. Let's come through with a lot of damage. Shifting Grit. Spree. So again, that extra option to add all these effects. +2, exchange control of 2 target creatures. 1, 2 target artifacts. 1, 2 target enchantments. So basically, yeah, let's just take our worst things, switch them for the best things. And obviously, yeah, hey, I'll just give you a bird. You're right? Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate your Blightsteel Colossus. Thank you so much. Next up, Collective Defiance. Sorcery, we can escalate, so we can choose 1 or more. We can pay 1 extra for each extra one we choose. Target player discards all cards in their hand and draws that many cards. 4 damage target creature or 3 damage target opponent or planeswalker. Again, the extra mana is going to be well worth it because, again, you are basically doubling up on those benefits because you're like, okay, I pay an extra 1, I get an extra 1 of these benefits, an extra Riku benefit too. Savage Alliance, you can also escalate this one. Choose 1 or more. Creatures target player controls gain trample till end of turn. 2 damage target creature, 1 damage each creature target player controls. So again, all great options there. Finally, Inscription of Insight. Again, you can kick this one as well. Choose 1, but if you kicked it, all of them are all of yours. And all of Riku's are yours too. Return to 2 target creatures over his hand, scry 2, draw 2, and maybe get a giant illusion. XX illusion creature over X number of cards in your hand. So yeah, all that Impulse Draw can help you out by maybe saving some cards up in your hand, using that Impulse Draw, and just saying, hey, I got a really big illusion. Let's come through and hit you pretty hard. Next up, though, how about Tactic number 3, Always 2, which is kind of interesting. Tactic 3, Always 2. Regardless, let's move on. Mishra's Command, a sorcery for X and a red, choose 2. Choose target player. They can discard up to X cards and draw a card for each card discarded this way. X damage to a creature, X damage to a planeswalker, plus X plus 0 and haste until end of turn for a specific creature. All great options. And again, yeah, these aren't like, the perfect ones where it's like, oh, I get all of Riku, but well, let's be honest. When it comes to Riku, the ones that I particularly care about are the Impulse Draw and also the going wide with the birds. It's nice that you can grow Riku's power, obviously, but hey, as long as you're getting 2, that's pretty good as well. Apply Biomancy, instant for Simic colors. Choose 1 or both. Target creature gets +1 until end of turn, or bounce a creature back to its owner's hand. Then we've got Verdant Command. A lot more options here. Choose 2. 2 tap scroll creature tokens. Counter target loads the ability of a planeswalker. Exile target from a graveyard. Target player gains 3 life. Again, all great options. Helps us go even wider with creatures. Branching Bolt. Instant. Choose 1 or both. 3 damage target creature with flying and or 3 damage target creature without flying. So basically, take out 2 middle of the road or small creatures with this. Quandrix Command, choose 2. Return a creature or planeswalker to its owner's hand. Counter target artifact or enchantment spell, 2 counters on target creature, or make target player shuffle 3 cards from their graveyard in the library. Again, this is very flexible. This is the thing about all these cards. They are really flexible. Many of them can help us out in a lot of different scenarios. And again, you get an absurd amount of value out of your commander's extra benefits. Return from the wilds, choose 2. Go get a base land in a play tap, then shuffle. Make a 1/1 human or create a food. Whatever you need. Ramp, creature, food, why not? Then we've got Winter Flame. Choose 1 or both. Tap target creature or 2 damage to target creature. Yeah, we're gonna pick both of these. And we're gonna get all the value out of our commander. Brutal Expulsion. Choose 1 or both. Return target spell or creature back to its owner's hand. 2 damage target creature or planeswalker. And if it's been a graveyard, exile it instead. So yeah, a great option to bounce something and also maybe even permanently get rid of something. Urza's Command. Choose 2. Creatures you don't control get -2/-0 until end of turn. Get a Power Stone token. Make a construct that gets larger based on your artifacts, or scry 1, then draw a card. Again, all great options. Situational depending on what you need. How about Primal Command, though? 7 life. Put target non-creature permanent on top of its owner's library. Someone's got to shuffle their graveyard in the library, or go get any creature in your library, put in your hand. A lot of great options here. Artistic Refusal. Convoke so our many birds can help us cast this spell. Choose 1 or both. Counter target spell. Draw 2 cards and discard a card. Yes, can be a fantastic spell. Our opponents might think we're tapped out. We're like, not quite. Sealy's Artistry. Choose 1 or both. Create a token that's copy of target artifact, or create tokens copy of creature, except it's an artifact to other types. Basically, get 2 tokens for 6 mana. What's not to love about that? Titania's Command. Finally, choose 2. Exile target player's graveyard. Gain 1 life for each card to exile this way. This can be a lot, especially against the right decks. Go get 2 lands. Any lands out of our library, put them in play tapped. 2/2/2 bears, or 2 counters on each creature we control. Yeah, those two counters can do a lot for us. Again, we're going to be going wide with our team and saying, oh, okay, yeah, no, our little 1/1 birds, they're hitting for quite a bit more. Next up, as we want to do tactic number 4, often do. We've got Explosive Derailment. Again, another spree card, an extra 2 mana, 4 damage to our creature, so good enough to take out most, mid-range creatures, or 2, destroy target artifacts. So again, a flexible spell, and 1 can take out multiple things. Jailbreak Scheme. 3, put a counter to our creature, can't be blocked this turn. That can be a great way to maybe finish someone off, especially with our commander. An extra 2, target artifact or creature's owner puts on top or bottom of their library, so slows someone down temporarily. Metamorphic Blast. An extra 1 until end of turn, target creature becomes a white rabbit with base power of 0/1. Extra 3, target player draws 2 cards. Phantom Interference. An extra 3, make a 2/2 spirit. Again, we got so many ways to go wide with this deck. An extra 1, counter target spell's controller pays 2. Then we've got Dance the Tumbleweeds. An extra 1, go get a basic land or desert, put on the battlefield, then shuffle. An extra 3, make a giant elemental based on the number of lands that we control. Speed of lands, Kamal's Will. Choose 1, but if you have your commander, you get both. Until end of turn, any number of lands you control become 1/1s that are vigilant, indestructible, and hasty. Lovely. And we can also have our creatures fight a creature we don't control. Lovely. Take it out. Basically fight, but deal damage. You know what I mean. Sakashima's Will. Choose 1 if you control a commander cast a spell. Choose both. So again, same thing. Target opponent chooses a creature they control. You gain control, but it is mine now. Thank you. Choose a creature you control. Each other creature control becomes a copy of that creature until end of turn. So we can turn our tiny birds into something potentially massive. Speaking of massive, a huge play for us. See double. The spell can't be copied. Choose 1 if opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard. You choose both. Copy target spell. Choose the target spell to copy. To create a token with a copy of target creature. So basically, copies everywhere. Again, say an opponent casts something really massive. Cool, we get that as well. Oh, and we can also just get, an extra creature. Why not? But now, we want to do tactic number 5, extra benefits, because again, our commander is all about giving us extra value for what we are already doing, so let's add some more value. Third Path Iconoclast. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, make a 1/1 soldier. Lovely. Then there's Faldorn Dread Wolf Herald. Whenever you cast a spell from exile or land enters battlefield from under control from exile, make a 2/2 wolf. You can also actually, impulse draw with this as well by discarding a card and paying 1 and tapping this. But yes, now every single time we take advantage of that impulse draw from our commander, we get extra value. Murmuring Mystic. Very simple, very effective. Cast instant sorceries, make 1/1 birds. So add to our birds. Well, these are illusions, but still. Then we also have Tolerant Sky Summoner, even bigger. Again, cast instant sorceries, make 2/2 flying drakes. So again, go wider, go quicker, go bigger, take your opponents out. But speaking of going bigger, let's move on to tactic number 6. This is the Anthem. Favorable Winds, an enchantment for just 2 mana. Creatures you control with flying get ++1. So again, our birds are going to be hitting twice as hard, or even more if we have even more anthems. Guy's Anthem, a very simple, very effective. All of our creatures get ++1. Hall of Triumph enters the battlefield. We choose a color. Again, our birds. Creatures you control the chosen color get ++1. Then we've got Shared Animosity. This card is massive for this deck. Whenever a creature control attacks, it gets +1/0 until end of turn for each other attack creature to the creature type with it. Again, our birds are going to be hitting for an absurd amount with this. This can be a game-ending play for just 3 mana. You see a pair of goblins. We have a modal spell that can actually help us out too. Choose 1, charge them. Creature control +2/+0 until end of turn. Befriend them. Create 2 1/1 red goblin creature tokens. So again, either go wide or help our creatures hit so hard out of nowhere again for just 3 mana. Speaking of hard though, Rage Reflection enchantment for 6 mana. Creatures you control have double strike. So yeah, this can make our army hit so hard again, especially with certain anthems in play. And of course, with our commander can very easily become a 2-shot or even 1-shot KO throughout the game after regaining all those counters and just be like, oh, okay, by the way, now it's double striking. Yeah, you're out of here. But now, so to tactic number 7, the Golden Pig. The number 1 card out of our 99 in this deck is Perplexing Test. An instant for 3 blue. Choose 1. Return all creature tokens to owner's hands. Or return all non-token creatures to owner's hands. This is a huge, massive, out-of-nowhere play that can just be a blowout and take our opponents out of the game. It is a huge spell. Yes, it only gives us one option. It's still a modal spell. We get one of our commander's benefits. Lovely. But most importantly, again, we are focused on going so wide with creature tokens that we are suddenly going, yeah, all of you are focused on just non-token creatures. They're all gone. All your creatures are gone. My creatures are still here. Yeah, I bounce my commander back to my hand, but that's just 3 mana. That's fine. I'm willing to pay that. That being said, my giant army of birds is coming through without you touching them. So yeah, this can be a game-ending, game-changing play. That's what makes it the Golden Pig. Next up, though, let's go into tactic number 8, less is more, because again, we're going to be casting a lot of instant sorceries, and the less we have to spend for them, the better. Case the Ransack Lab. Instant sorcery spells cost 1 to cast that you're casting. If you solve it by casting 4 more instant sorcery spells this turn, you get to, well, have the solved version of it, which says whenever you cast an sorcery spell, draw a card. If we can unlock that, that is huge. Even if we can't, though, that extra reduction is just massive throughout the game. Font of Magic. In sorcery spells you cast cost 1 to cast for each time you've cast a commander for the commands on this game. Again, our commander is decently low to the ground at just 3 mana. If you're recasting it, you're getting extra value out of this by reducing the cost of our spells by a ton for even more absurd value. But now let's go on to tactic number 9, start your engines, because we need to start things off with some ramp, right, to actually get to the point where we can actually play all these spells. First up, there's Wayfarer's Bauble, pay 2-tap sacrifice, get a basic land and play tapped. The OG Rampant Growth, ramp by getting a land and play tapped. Farseek, go get an island, or go get a mountain into play tapped as well at 2 mana. Then we've got Search for Tomorrow, again, suspend this 2 for a single green mana, get a basic land to play tapped, untapped I should say, essentially, for free on that turn if you had suspended it. Cultivate, go get 2 basics, 1 goes into play tapped, 1 goes into your hand for another turn. Harrow, sacrifice 1 land, get 2 into play untapped. Roiling Regrowth, exact same thing, but they come into play tapped, but that's just fine. Sprinkling Druid, the exact same thing, but on a creature, so this can be very nice. Just an additional blocker, or again, with all the anthems, can actually hit pretty hard. Finally, Migration Path, explosive vegetation basically, but with a cycling cost of 2. But finally, let's move on to tactic number 10, dig deep, and dig deep we shall. On top of our commander's impulse draw, we can also get more cards and more value out of things like Pull for Tomorrow. Draw X cards, discard 1 card, very effective. Frantic Search, basically free, draw 2, discard 2, untap into 3 lands. Stroke of Genius, we don't have to get rid of any of our cards, okay? No discarding here. X mana, 2 and a blue. Target player draws X cards. And again, we're in green. We can ramp a ton. Speaking of ramping, Eureka Moment. Draw 2, can put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. We can also do that with Urban Evolution. Draw 3, play additional land this turn. Factor Fiction, very standard, very amazing. Additional card advantage. Top 5 cards library. An opponent separates those in 2 piles. You get 1 of them. The other goes into your graveyard. Finally, Return the Wild Speaker, a great modal spell. Again, it's just a choose 1. Oh no, just 1 benefit from our commander. That's okay, because the benefits are massive. Draw cards equal the greatest power among non-human creatures you control, or non-human creatures you control get +3/+3 until end of turn, so a massive pump effect potentially for our team out of nowhere. But now as this episode is coming to a close, again, if you are interested in this deck, make sure you check out that deck list link in the description below. I hope that you enjoyed the deck tech, and of course, as always, thanks again, and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. We also have a ton of brand new t-shirt designs in stock, so make sure you check out those as well. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG Player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.